Honest Coach. I coach girls on going from being nice to connecting with themselves in order to gain control over their life circumstances and relationships with men. Did you catch the change? Well, when I first started doing this, I needed to come up with something quickly to separate myself from all the other content. And that's why I chose Bewitch, because I couldn't say the word I wanted to say, but I can just simply say connecting with yourself. So that's my new intro. Hope you like it. I can feel that I have a few posts that I'm going to be touching on today. But for right now, I just wanted to come here and talk about the subject of effort and why effort doesn't work, even though we as a culture are brainwashed into believing that everything in life takes effort to survive. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, you're going to need determination. But I'm going to compare for you the difference in effort and inspiration. So let's look at something that you enjoy doing. How many times have you stayed up late or spent hours doing something that you just love doing? And by the end of it, you felt energized, you felt awake, you felt happy, you felt interested, you felt uplifted, you felt enthusiasm, okay? Because you're doing things that you enjoy doing, so they're effortless. And then think about all the things that you have to do that you don't want to do because you don't have interest in them, but you have to do them. And by the end of it, you feel frustrated, and you feel exhausted, and you feel drained, right? So effort doesn't work. So let's put this in the context of the man that's pulling away. Now you're going to go into effort. You're going to chase after him. You're going to work harder. You're going to break off this piece of yourself. You're going to contort into this shape. You're going to be and do whatever he needs you to be and do so that you can get him. And it doesn't work. What works? Connecting with yourself. So when we look at effort, when I say effort doesn't work, what I'm really saying is when you push yourself into effort to try and resolve feelings of discord, it doesn't work because feelings and doing are two separate things. Thinking and feeling are two separate things. They might dance with one another, but what you're trying to do is fix your feelings by taking action. Instead, we need to let feelings process, and we just need to take action from a place of what we want. So when I say something like effort doesn't work, but connecting with how you want to feel and moving in that direction works, what I'm saying is effort is going to drain you of your life source. What I'm saying is effort is you trying to resolve emotional pain or maybe even some physical pain with action, and it doesn't work. You have to connect with how you want to feel, and then you will take action from that place, but it's not going to feel like effort. Effort has a feeling to it. Effort is, you're pushing against something. You're not going with the flow of something. You're pushing against something. Well, you don't need to push against anymore. In fact, every time it comes up that it's time for you to put forth effort, you should remind yourself, this doesn't work. And I have a great example for this. Now, I am creating a podcast. I've never done this stuff before, but I think a podcast is the next step for me because I really get to expand on the stuff I talk about. But this is the example I have. I'm a very active person. I've always been very physical. I used to have a really active career. And then as a result, I do like working out and I watch what I eat. You know what I mean? I take care of myself. But sometimes that little voice will get in my head and I'll be in that belief of like, no matter how hard I try, no matter how little I eat, no matter how much I show up to the gym, I always have this fat, or I never look like this. I'm never going to have the body that I want to have, no matter how hard I try. And I stop myself. I say, oh, yeah, no matter how hard you try, you're not going to. How do you want to feel? Well, I want to feel, and you get to decide that for yourself. Maybe I want to feel attractive. Okay, I want to feel attractive. Go with that. Not I need to diet and I need to work out and the thing is, men are not even attracted to your body. It's an energy. Women have an energy that men are attracted to. It is not a physical body. And so it doesn't matter all that effort that you're putting in, all that hard work that you're putting in, for what? When you just need to align with how it is you want to feel about your body, in your body. That's the way. So yeah, no matter how hard you diet, no matter how hard you work out, there's always this, there's always that, no matter what, and you can apply that to whatever issue it is in your life. Even him, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you change, he's still pulling away. He's still doing because that stuff is really not about you anyways. But it's like, no matter how hard you try, it doesn't work. Effort doesn't work. It might work a little bit. It might work here and there, but it's not what you're built to do. Look at it as either you are built to flow or you're a battery and you're built to recharge. And the more effort you put in, you're decharging. You need that battery. You need that energy for yourself, for your wants. So every now and then you can take a little bit of that charge and go into effort. But it's good to remind yourself, Honest Coach says effort doesn't work. And I'm really finding certainty in that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. What works? Inspiration, interest, enthusiasm, joy, feeling good in your body. How do you want to feel? These are the things that work. Why? Because you're built as a being, as a human being. You are built to chase after the things that make you feel good, to chase after the things that you want to feel, that you want to enjoy. And that is why you could dance and dance and dance and dance the night away, and you have more and more and more energy, and you feel on top of the world, and you're an hour at work, and you're yawning, and you're sleepy, and you're foggy, and you want to get back in bed. Effort, interest. So, you don't need to go into effort for him anymore. You don't need to fix your feelings with action anymore. You can just sit with, I don't like the way this feels. He's pulling away from me. I don't like the way this feels. Well, what do I want to feel? I want to feel desired. Okay, well, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to focus on doing from a place of feeling desired, which means I don't participate with him because he's not making me feel desired. And now I'm going to grieve the loss of him. I might cry. Great, but this is what works. That's effort, and effort doesn't work. And it's going to end up draining me dry. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do desire. I'm going to do things that I feel interest in. I'm going to build my battery up. And then he's going to come back around because all my attention is on myself and my battery is full. And he's going to say, oh, you're so interesting to me now. And I'm either going to pick and choose. I'm either going to say, no, you're going to put me back into effort. I'm done dealing with you. Have a nice life. Or you're going to say, I can let you in because I have real good boundaries. So I'm going to tell you F off when you need to F off. You're distracting me, right? So it's up to you. You get to decide. You get to decide. I'm someone who would never turn anyone away because I don't really care. But you might be someone who you really need to turn them away because, like, hey, you're really going to distract me and I got to do this. So anyways, the point is, effort doesn't work. Interest does. And that is why you are built to move towards things that provide you interest and good feelings and that stuff. And that's why they charge you up more. And the things that you don't want to do, if you have to do it, find something that interests you about it and just focus on that and let all the other stuff go. Just focus on the stuff that makes you interested. That's my advice. Okay, I'm still going to keep Blessed Be because I love that. Blessed Be. But I love my new intro. Bye, girls.